She read every word in the faded ink and said, "May I just have a minute to think?"
Growing up, I used to really like reading pop-up books. Every flip of the page inspired my imagination. Imagine if that could really happen. Your favorite literary characters coming to life right in front of your eyes. Welcome to Story Mobs, an ad hoc group of street performers who will pop up and surprise you with a story when you least expect it.
He hacked, causing quakes.
The idea for Story Mobs came about because we were looking for something that would bring literacy to the forefront, build community, create imagination and creativity for people across all walks of life. And using the element of flash mob just brought a hipness to the whole project that we were really excited about.
We have to walk fast.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
Story Mobs was created by Gretel Meyer-Odell and is co-produced with Roxanne Deans. It made its debut on July 13, 2013, with the children's classic Where the Wild Things Are at Nathan Phillips Square.
Where the wild things are!
We choose things that have an enormous scope for imagination. They often have characters in them with big imaginations who really are creative. But we look for ones where there's great possibility to create visual props, to create costumes, to create all kinds of ways of participating where there's maybe a chorus and lines that can be joined in on and shouted along.
Now stop! Max said, and sent all the wild things off to bed without their supper.
Today's Story Mob is Boy Soup. The story is by Loris Lisinski, both Canadian author and illustrator Michael Marchenko, and both of them are here at the Word on the Street today, which is really exciting. So the line we've got for you, Xan, is right here. When we're in the planning stages of each story mob, we divide the book up into bite-sized chunks, usually about 30. And so what we do is we post those on our website, and we allow participants to go through and select a line they might want to read.
Groaning, he shoveled his blankets aside and reached for his Giant's Home medical guide. Okay.
Yeah, and you might want to make a little meal of the groaning and use that comma there.
Okay.
This is our mustering location for Boy Soup today. So what we do is we find a spot that's just sort of a little out of the way, a little bit quieter than where we're destined for. So right now we've got some of our volunteers here. We've arrived with some of our props. We do a run through. We actually go through the story and we add in all the actions and involve people and practice a couple times.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
Let's go!
All right, Boy Soup, here we go. After rehearsing together for almost an hour, we're finally off to surprise the unsuspecting crowd just minutes away on foot at the Word on the Street Festival in Queen's Park.
Boys are dirty!
Not food!
Boys are friends!
Not food!
Boys are brothers!
Not food!
Boys are sons!
Not food!
Boys are friends!
Not food!
What do we want?
Boy Soup!
When do we want it?
Now!
This is the spot. This is where it's all gonna go down.
Giant woke up with a big hurting head. I am sore. I am sick. He hacked, causing quakes. He said with a whimper, "My everything aches."
It's just a really fun thing that we can do together. We get to learn about new books that we didn't necessarily know about before. And
Yeah, like Jillian Jigs.
yeah, it's true, like Jillian Jigs and Boy Soup, actually. These are both books that were new to us, and we learned about them through Story Mobs.
Even if people are grown-ups, they can bring back old memories of these great books.
Groaning? Oh. He shoveled his blankets aside and reached for his Giant's Home medical guide. It certainly did just that for this particular grown-up. This whole experience evokes the same magic of storytelling I felt back when I was a kid, but with the added thrill of sharing it in a public space.
Till most of his work was erased by their foot.
but a big greedy grin spread over his face. Of course, if I'm ill, that's a decent excuse. And think of the broth.
It's fun for me too, yeah. I enjoy helping the kids create the costumes and even coming out and reading and performing a little.
Then tipped the whole pot full of soup down his throat. Sat back and sighed. Till he started to bloat.
Everybody who was in the audience really enjoyed it. We don't do anything participatory anymore. We just sit and watch television. And this way everybody got to be involved, even the people in the audience. So we want more of that.
I think they did a terrific job. I was quite impressed by the giant on stilts. Still, I tried to find out how he did it, but he just did practice.
The book said quite clearly, and this I am sure. Boy soup is made by boys. That's the cure.
You know, people forget that they love stories and they love to play. You know, we get bogged down in the day-to-day things, and we see it in our kids, and we play with them, but we forget that we actually like to do it too. And this is sort of a way to go back to that.
I really enjoyed the sense of nostalgia I felt bringing this children's book to life.
When 6 angry children protested his plan.
To quote the great William Shakespeare, all the world's a stage, and that's certainly the case with story mobs. So keep your eyes open for the next one appearing somewhere near you.